Annalee, welcome technically to Brunch with DESB. I am so excited to have you, my girl. And you're also doing the Lord's work right now with the rep of the Alani new
That's right.
and Along the Waves.
I didn't know which one you were going to talk about, but I have both ready. I'm doing like a little dance. I'm so excited to be here.
She's slicking.
Although I don't even really want to drink this sometimes. Like you start it and it's almost like a mental thing to open it.
Yep.
And now I'm like, I don't know if I need it.
No, yeah, that's how I feel. And that's why whenever I open one before a podcast, I usually tend to just sip it. Like I almost just want that flavor for like 2
Yes.
seconds.
Mhm.
And then like I'm literally fine. It's not even that I need the caffeine. Like I want the taste. That's the
Yeah.
fucking issue.
I would love for them to release decaf ones so that I could sip on them.
Decaf
It's also like
energy.
Yeah. Yes. Give it to me. It's also like aesthetic. Something about drinking it like makes me feel like I'm getting shit done. So I would love a decaf.
It's the placebo effect. Like, give me the same thing in a can of just bubbly water. I would
Yes.
probably be like, I'm so energized. Anyone else?
Anyone else? Oh my God. Is this just like my natural energy? I am thriving.
No, for real. Like, life is great. Speaking of life is great, what
Yes.
is the weather like in Colorado? Can you paint this picture for me?
Yes, it is fucking. Do you cuss on this podcast?
Okay. Yes.
It is stunning outside. I literally drove to a meeting this morning, windows down, listening to "Shake That" by Eminem and Nate Dogg. Just like it's sunny outside. It's like a light breeze, not too hot, not too cold. Yes, my perfect date.
Oh man, I love that for you. And it's so
Yeah.
funny that you said you rolled down the windows and listened to a song because Wyatt and I also, we had to go to the store after we dropped Maddox off this morning. It's 48 degrees in Michigan. Sun is
okay.
coming out. Like we're peeking through. No, Annalee, like this is nice for us. Like this is a good day.
I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, like I promise you, this is a good day. Like the amount of productivity that like went up today just to see the sun is crazy. So we rolled down the windows and we played 2 songs. Number 1, She Will by Lil Wayne. I'm on back on that as always.
So good.
And number 2, Doses and Mimosas by Cherub.
Des, I was literally just thinking about this song. I saw a TikTok, like, how can I get this song tattooed onto my body? Like, the feeling that this song exudes. Like, I wish I could go back to the first time I listened to that song. Something about it is like intoxicating.
It makes you feel like you just snorted the longest line of cocaine without ever touching that drug in your life. Like, you're like, this has to be what
that is what it
feels like. This is that feeling for these people. This is what they chase. Like, no wonder.
Yes.
It has such a healing property in it. And rolling that down, I literally looked at Archie in the back. I was like, Archie, you're gonna love this song because he is he's a groovy guy. Like he loves to dance, and lo and behold, this bitch is dancing in the back, just bobbing his head a little bit.
Oh my God. Yep. I love that. I need to play it for my kids. I feel like I'm trying to get them more into some of like the Lil Wayne, like, Lil Jon era, but I should do some Doses and Mimosas,
We have to keep that time alive. Like we really do. Like it's on our backs now.
Yes, it is up to, if we don't do it, then who will carry on for us,
Exactly. We're big back for a reason. It's to carry the weight of Lil Wayne and the Rebirth album. Like
that's right. That's what I was built for. That's what I was put on this planet to do, is to pass down through generation.
It's this. Like that's actually what the Barbie movies was about. Was like keeping rap and original hip hop alive.
Yeah, that's right. You guys want to talk about some chingy? Kids, sit down. Holiday Inn.
What the fuck gonna be? See how local this beat. It was funny. I was actually out and about the other day, and I was listening to that song Chingy. I think it's called Off the Hook or something. Whatever. I played it, and I was like, I had this core memory pop up of the last birthday that I spent with my mom and my dad being married, and they gifted me. It's so terrible.
We'll dive into that one later, Des. Yeah.
We were at Hacienda, and I had the little like sombrero on that they give you. I don't know if they do that anymore because it might be like cultural appropriation or something, but
for sure.
They did give it to me back when I was turning I think I was turning 12.
Someone find those photos, post them on the internet.
We'll find. We'll get canceled. And my mom and dad gifted me Now 14. So I looked up like what songs were on Now 14. I know most of them, but like Suga Suga was on. Oh my God. Like I said, the song by Chingy or whatever, off the Hook or whatever.
Yeah.
Some there was one Beyonce song, I don't remember, but regardless, like now 14, and now we have like now 157.
No, you're lying. I don't want to hear it. In my mind, we're still on like, I remember Now 5 was like the first one where I had enough conscious to like get into it. Yeah, that's how old I am, Des. That had like Backstreet Boys, Larger Than Life, and maybe like some Janet Jackson in there.
Oh.
Are they still making Now CDs? They are, right?
Yes, to my knowledge, yes. And it's not like Kids Bop. Like it's literally now.
Okay, like fuck Kids Bop, by the way. Like
the way that they murk every song, like they ruin it. Like the integrity. Honestly, if I was an artist, I would sue. I'd be like, you are taking away from my art.
Yeah, seriously. We were in the car the other day and my kids were like, Taylor Swift Kids Bop version. And I was like,
do not disrespect.
Get out.
You're walking the rest of the way home.
Yeah, there's no way. But they don't print now on the albums, right? Are they just like Spotify albums? Or
no, like it literally, I think I just recently saw someone on TikTok talk about like now 197.
Wait, that's
like
insane.
for real.
Do you remember going to the store to buy albums?
Oh yeah. Like when it would drop. I still remember the first Taylor Swift debut album and going to the store and buying it. And then like Speak Now and all the other ones. Except that was the only way you got it. And it was all about when you unraveled inside to like memorize the lyrics. You would open it up.
Had the cute little pamphlet.
Yes, like the pamphlet, like when Avril Lavigne dropped Complicated.
Yeah,
I still remember like how beautiful that was. And I hung it up on my wall.
Yes. What a time. Like going to Sam Goody and you'd walk and you'd flip through them at the mall and see and then remember some of them had headphones so you could like listen. So you could like listen.
The beautiful thing about our generation is like we had the perfect balance between online and offline. We really, really, 100%. Really got the best of both worlds. Like I don't think anything will ever top us. We were in the debut of the internet, but also like the ignorance of the internet where it was used for fun. Like, did you ever use like Black Sheep? But I think it was called blacksheep.com. It was just like pranks and stuff like online. Like all yes, Black Sheep. Albino Black Sheep.
I remember like E-Bombs World. Were you ever on E-Bombs World?
I didn't. But like websites like that though, where it was like Meme City, the original memes.
And we were on AAM, like perfecting our away messages to be so aesthetic, like without a clue of profile pictures. The only thing that mattered was like what buddy icon you had, you know, and like what that said about you.
And in the amount of time you could be on the computer, like you had to really you had to slam so many things in one. Like I had to like take care of my MyScene dolls. I had to check my webcam while being on AOL chat rooms with like 30-year-old men, telling them I was 18. Why did I do that? I don't know. I wasn't even trying to do. I just like wanted to talk like an adult.
Yeah, no, same. Like the things that we were doing in those chat rooms, by the way, like
ASL, P4P,
literally, and me being like 25-year-old. I remember my friend's older sister always being like, "You always want to say you're a gymnast. A gymnast." She's like, "That's the move. Say you're a professional gymnast."
No.
That's so fucking creepy. Like,
well, it goes to show though the ignorance of being a young woman. Period. You are so impressionable. You have no idea, and that's why I think where the internet gets so scary nowadays. Like we don't have the same. We don't. It's just way different. It's even worse. You know. So it's like you know, we'll see. My kids, when you get a phone, you'll have like a Nokia flip phone until you're like old enough, like dead ass. Like I'm 100%. Not trying to give them access to the internet until I have to, for real.
No, absolutely not. These kids out here that are on like TikTok at age like 10 with their whole accounts, like, no, my husband said, he's like, I will be getting a flip phone with them in solidarity to like prove a point that they will not get smartphones.
That's honestly said. I mean, it is enough. You know, like you and I would probably, we would cry. We'd be like,
yeah, no, not for me personally.
For me. Yeah, but I don't count, but like your dad does. You know what I mean?
It's work, Des. This is work.
Yeah, this is WORK. Okay, anyway, let's back the fuck up. So we just dove right into it, which is the point of this podcast.
That's my bad.
Is the point of any podcast. Annalee, welcome. Tell me, like, I'm a new listener. I'm a new person. I'm a new woman. I just came across you. Who are you? Like, what do you do? How'd you even get there? Like, what the hell?
What was I made for?
What was I made for? You have to whisper.
No, totally. Please do not judge my singing abilities based on that 10-second. I also didn't know that I was going to have an elevator pitch for myself. So let me just like think for a second here.
You know what the great thing about a podcast is? You can talk and do whatever the fuck you want. So
okay, great.
Take your time.
For my 30-second intro, I'm going to be reciting a monologue from okay, I'm a 30-something-year-old, I don't even know, mom of 2 little girls. I live in Denver. I think we kind of talked about that. I was a full-time civil engineer by trade. I have cut down on those hours because of internet things, but still consider myself an engineer because, like, why wouldn't I? You know? Always. And other than that, I just make like mom content. I felt really alone in motherhood and I poured everything into like a little Instagram journal and ended up finding a lot of community with other moms. And it's been a fun, healing motherhood process.
Fucking eat it up. Like literally gobble. Would you say that you found yourself on the internet around 2020? Like, was that what truly propelled you into the space, or did you kind of dabble in before?
I like dabbled in it before when my firstborn was born, trying to be like an aesthetic Instagram mom.
Okay,
remember,
like just photos?
Just photos,
Okay.
no videos with the with like the filters we were all putting on them. Like I tried that and failed miserably. And then I think I didn't start TikTok till like 2021, like mid 2021. And then I think videos are a lot more fun than trying to like put your foot forward, turn your hip, find the perfect aesthetic background. When did you start posting online? I don't even think I know.
Let's see. Technically, since the Instagram app fucking showed up, I showed up. Like I was like, oh, another place for me to like prove my worth. Sign me the fuck up. Like,
oh, you mean be judged by others so that they can tell me how good I am?
Another place to seek validation and affirmation. And you know. But the minute Instagram came out, I downloaded it. I wasn't like presenting anything for like anything other than just for me, you know, like what we all used it for when it started, right? But when I first started actually posting with the purpose of someone who follows me could see this, and by someone who followed me, I also just mean my friends. Like I didn't understand that people outside of my hometown existed on Instagram. So when I started posting in college, I was doing CrossFit like with my dad, and so I would kind of post my videos doing like snatches or prepping for volleyball, like, slay. And then I would post my like, hey, it's game day. Come watch us. I'm like, bitch, I'm promoting from the start. Like this was such.
Like literally, you're like, use code DES for free popcorn at the concession stand.
If NIL existed during my time, I'm not even lying to you. I would be a multi-billionaire. Like I'm not lying. The way I rode the bench so hard, I played for myself. I did play a good amount, but like I'm very honest about like a D1 Division 1 volleyball. Like I didn't start,
Right. Yeah.
But man, I was the best cheerleader and I could have definitely coined money off of that, like for just being the best bench rider. So technically I started posting in like 2016. Wyatt would take my selfies, and I had my first ever code in 2015.
And who is it with? Wait, let me guess. It's fitness related? No.
Yes.
Is it a clothing company?
No, technically my first one was supplements.
Oh. Okay. I don't know.
Trust me, they're in the dirt now. I don't even think they exist. It was called Rev Labs.
Oh, never would have gotten there.
Never would have gone there. But it was DESB Fit. DESB Fit.
Cute.
And then I got was representative of this brand called Alpha Gear, Alpha Fitness Gear. And not athlete. I want to make that clear. It was just like a, one-time thing. And then from there I got sent stuff. My first like big package from someone was from Real Good Foods.
Oh.
They make like the keto shit now. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They made like little shitty pizzas at the time for like dieting. And what's that? Halo Top. Not Halo Top.
Oh.
And Halo Top.
Ugh. Yeah.
No, I lied. It wasn't even Halo Top, bitch. It was Arctic Zero.
Oh my God, Des. The part of my brain that you just unlocked with Arctic Zero, are you kidding me? I used to hound the grocery stores for that when I was in my like obsessive compulsive tracking my macros.
Yeah, the epitome of where body dysmorphia and relationship with food happened was Arctic Zero.
Yeah.
Like it literally started in it there, and then it ventured into Walden Farms.
Oh, that syrup that I would pour all over my microwave.
Yeah. That syrup is the only reason I've never gotten COVID. And I fucking stand by that. Like I drank so much. It like did something to my blood.
The fact that everything says 0 calories. No, I put that syrup on everything. Like I'd make the protein pancakes. I made my protein mug cake every night. I remember because I used to like think I wanted to do training, but it failed. Back to me, Des, by the way, back to me. So I remember one time my coach was like, okay, Annalee, like you need to do a cheat meal. Like part of this is you have to go like eat a hamburger and fries like once a week to like whatever your metabolism, whatever. It was very, very toxic. Like don't listen to anything that I'm saying. And my cheat meal, Des, my cheat meal was a mug cake with the Walden Farm with like PB2. And I remember Ethan specifically being like, Annalee, you have to eat something more. And I was like, no, I'm doing extra syrup tonight. Like,
this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. I talk about BetterHelp a lot, seeing as that it's benefited me in the past 2 years. Some people think, maybe, things have to get really bad until you can go to therapy. You're like, I'm not depressed. Why do I need therapy? But really, therapy is a tool to where you're using it before things were to get worse and to avoid being at your lowest low. I don't know about you, but why the fuck would you want to get to your lowest low before you climb out to the top again, right? BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video and even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on your camera. You don't have to wear pants. You don't even have to put on pajamas. You could be naked wherever you're at and do a therapy session with your therapist. So for me personally, I like to put my AirPods in. I'll walk around my desk room. I'll go for a walk outside when it's nice out, whatever it may be. And that's what works for me. It is customizable and it is more affordable than most in-person therapy. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy. And girls, don't forget to get on BetterHelp.com/DESB and put in that discount code. If you forget that, you do not get that 10% off your first month. And that is the deal with being a listener of Brunch with DESB.
I know.
We don't, extra syrup. Annalee.
It was bad. We don't need to like dive into
literally we could do
all
a
of my
whole
disordered
separate
past.
episode on previous like things we did as like just even women. Like the expectation of women to like have this body. And we all want it too. Like it's not just expected, we all want it,
It's ingrained in us.
So the things that we used to do, and I mean I'm so glad that we like saw the other side of that hill because dude, let me tell you, there's still people on the other side. And that's a sad, dark alley. It reminds me of the place in Lion King where they see all the bones. the mammoth or the elephant bones or whatever the fuck it is. Where the hyenas live. Yeah. That's where Walden Farms went to die.
Arctic Zero.
In Arctic Zero. And Eden Lightened and all those bullshit. I mean, listen, some of them were kind of good. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, like they all taste like ass. Arctic Zero, though.
Right. It's so bad. I remember eating
shaved ice.
Yeah, literally.
Shaved ice.
No, because as I was trying to think of like a flavor to like, to joke about with you. And all I can think of is like, was it a shaved ice or was it a flavor? So it's so fucking funny that you said that. I literally thought it was like vanilla. It's like vanilla. It's like the LaCroix of ice cream. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's such a good way to tee it up there. I can't even remember. Like, I need to look up Arctic Zero. I'm gonna tell you Arctic.
I love LaCroix, by the way. I just feel like I have to say that. They send the cutest PR packages, and they're great.
LaCroix?
Yeah, okay, I just wanted to put that
out. Okay, wow, they went through a whole rebrand, too, as of the past
Do they still exist?
Okay, so the original Arctic Zero I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
Peanut butter swirl. Cake batter. Bullshit. Cookie shake. Rocky Road, and cherry chocolate chunk. Now,
I guarantee you they all taste the same.
Now they have flavors like mint chocolate cookies, vanilla bean, cookies and cream, cookie and brownie dough, toffee crunch, chocolate chunk. The list goes on. But those are the like OG flavors I remember was like the cake batter, the cookie shake.
The cookie one. I remember the cookie one.
Yeah. That's what they really tried there.
So they're diversifying, I guess. Like, good for them.
Listen, there's always an audience.
There's always a market.
For real, there's always someone on a GLP-1 that needs Arctic Zero. And Arctic Zero and wegovy go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Literally, yeah. You want to eat but not taste anything? I got something for you.
Or your hunger's so fucking low that you can't eat anything? Arctic Zero. Like, it's basically eating like ice cubes.
Yeah.
we're good. I love that.
It's like licking an ice
It
cube.
is. It's just,
Yeah,
love
the
it.
girlies will love that. I'll tell you what.
I will tell you what. I love
Yeah,
it so
not
much.
fun. Not fun. Toxic past. That's okay.
So,
We're better.
so talk to me a little bit about where you've been the past couple of months. You're a creator. You're going into your, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Will be your first full year without engineering, correct? Like first full calendar year.
Totally. I am still doing consulting with engineering enough to stay in the biz and to keep my license active.
As you should.
Because
You
as I
always
should.
should.
Yeah, because like I worked my fucking ass off for that degree. Amen.
Period.
And I want to, I don't, yeah, well, you get it. But other than that, yes, but that's like minimal,
Yeah.
it's like a hindsight kind of.
Yeah, totally. So going into a fresh year, you have some exciting things coming with Along the Waves. So
I do.
tell everyone about Along the Waves too, by the way.
Okay, totally. So I would love to do that, Des. Thank you. Along the Way is
The floor,
a
Annalee.
brand. Oh my God, just lob it to me, Des. I'll hit it out of the park. Okay. Along the Waves, it's a brand that I started. I think it's been a year. I mean, I know it has last November. And the whole concept when it started was the thought that when it's 3 a.m. and you're awake in the middle of the night with your baby and it feels like you're the only one awake in the entire world, because I don't know about you, but I had some terrible sleepers for kids. And I had spent a lot of nights feeling really, really alone, that there is another mom, whether it's across the street, across the state, across the country, who is also awake. And it has kind of morphed into a brand that just acknowledges that no matter what you're going through in motherhood, there's someone else going through the same thing. And that's for the good parts of motherhood. 'Cause I don't want to just focus on the negative, but it's also in the hard moments. And I think there's a lot of validation and camaraderie to be found in remembering that in your hard moments. And yeah, that's my little brand. We have a cute little wave. We've got some fun things little along the waves. We're all just riding the waves together. And I'm kind of like just gonna like F it up and maybe start an app this year and see how that goes too, which I've been meaning to talk to you about, by the way.
Yes, I saw your Instagram stories.
Yeah.
And I love that idea. It almost could give off like similar vibes of like a Bumble BFF or Peanut, where it's like, but
different.
it's just like, let's connect,
Yes.
but there's deeper forums you could create. And the options are endless, but like there is so much space for moms to be more supported. There is always more space for moms to be supported.
Always a market for a mom who needs
Always a market.
Me in particular, but I feel like Peanut. Have you used Peanut?
I never have. I only
Okay,
I just know.
Yeah, so it's a great app. Like, I'm not trying to talk smack about anything.
No,
but
please feel free to talk
when
shit.
I use it, no, actually, please actually do. When I use it, it's like a Tinder for moms, right? Like you're swiping through profiles, and like you have to like swipe at someone in order for them to wave back. Like it's very much a dating. And I'm literally finding myself swiping based on photos and being like, she looks like she hikes too much. Like we wouldn't be friends. Like just dumb shit like that. That's so shallow of me, but that's just what you do when you have a dating app.
Sure.
So I really want to create something that offers like live, real time connection and community where you're not waiting for someone to wave at you or approve you or like, go through that kind of awkward dating thing.
Yeah.
Like a little more like live in real time version,
I love that. I'm investing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Actually,
you know what?
Make it go public. I'm investing. Moms for moms.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then maybe we can get Arctic Zero to sponsor and we'll just really...
Oh my God, all the moms can just... We're all on... We have a wegovy partnership and...
Can you imagine?
I would never... And Arctic Zero.
I just want to put it out there to anyone listening to this podcast right now. I would never do that.
By the way... if you're on those, I also don't give a fuck. Okay,
I don't care. I could care less.
If anything, I'm probably a little jealous.
I want to know your take on this as someone in the fitness space, because I know my take. I don't give an F what you do, plastic surgery, whatever. Like you do shots, whatever. I've been seeing TikToks of people in the fitness space who are like, this is so dumb. Like if you really want it, you should just get up and work like the rest of us, like blah, 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 blah. And you don't care.
Yeah, I have a few clients on GLP-1s.
Oh, great.
And, we're working in combination diet-wise, right, of understanding that they're on semaglutides while still wanting to make a change in their life.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's super important to monitor those things because they're injecting GLP-1s in people at rates that are plummeting their hunger cues, right? Because then you're not eating as much. That's how we're losing weight, right?
Yeah.
But the negative about that is that a lot of these people are also losing so much muscle, and at such a high risk, especially for women, as for osteoporosis, because we're losing everything so fast and we're not eating enough. So it's so important to have like high protein during that time. And
Right.
so my point being, there's ways that being coached through it is, I think, will make more of an impact than trying to just do it on your own. So it's so
totally.
important for it to just be seen as like
Tool.
a wheel.
Yeah.
Just a wheel on the car. All right.
Right.
Like, you still got to push the gas. You still got to learn how to steer. You still have to learn how to park. You have to learn your vehicle, but like, let that wheel be a new wheel. Like, that's fine too. So I think using it as like a tool, I'm okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about is like the adverse effects that we just don't know yet.
Right.
That really worries me more, is like, I think of like stomach bleeds, ulcers, liver issues. Like, you just never know. They're like dancing around like wegovy. Well, using one of my favorite songs, by the way. I'm like, why are we using The Greatest Showman? They're all dancing around while they're telling you could have headaches for the rest of your life. You could basically lose your limbs. You might die. You'll have suicidal thoughts. You will not have a period. You could also do this. While they're like,
but we're like, but we'll be skinny.
Yeah, but you don't care because you're skinny.
You're so right.
I don't really care. It's just like, I just hope everyone does like the proper thing to like utilize it at its utmost power and like allow it to change your life then, if you really need to.
I think that's a great way to look at it. And if it's available to you and you do it correctly, then why not?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I feel like we've made such big strides as women, like what we were talking about earlier, right? Like, we're not drinking Walden Farms syrup all day long anymore. And
we are taking some. I'm sorry. It's too easy.
Same thing. But like, I have 2 little girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you have a little girl too. And it's like, it's so important to me that they never catch me. I know I've heard you talk about this too. Like, never catch me saying anything negative about myself. Never catch me saying anything negative about someone else's appearance. Like, even having the scale as just like not something to be ashamed of. Like, just like really normalizing all of it is so important to me. And I hope that with all of the shots, like, we don't just keep backtracking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially too with like, if you're in a home and you're the mother, you're a caretaker, and you have young children around you, knowing that you're on what people will, always reference to as like the Ozempic era, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, how are we communicating? Why are we on this? Right? Yeah. How are we educating then the people who are watching us take this shot or know that we're on it? What are we then changing in our household so that they can see, hey, mommy's using this, but like, here's why. And here's what we're now going to do as a family. We're going to eat healthier. We're going to have a vegetable with every meal. Like, what are we changing in the household? Yeah. To like also kind of mimic, what's kind of going on, especially when they're just so young and impressionable. And they're wondering everything you're doing. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why? Oh, and then they short circuit and then they go to bed. So it's interesting. But I do think having a daughter, you're like, you have a daughter too. I'm like, who?
What, me? I know. I literally saw your face for a second. You were like, oh yes,
like,
yes, I do.
Yeah, you're right. It's
She's
still
a baby.
Like I think it'll feel fake until she has like hair, because I'm like, no, you're just a boy. Like, it's
right. She's just a blob.
Yeah. You're just a
boy. That our 4th breaking into song, by the way. Is that 4th or 5th?
It's always, there's a song for everything.
Okay, great.
If it's got to be said, it's got to be said.
Okay, good.
It's got to be sung.
I'm still ready to take it back to Greatest Showman for a little bit. I haven't moved on from that in the conversation.
I fucking love that movie so much. Okay, so you have Along the Waves. You have an app potentially coming.
Yes.
You have 2 kiddos.
Yep.
And you make content online.
That about
you kind of have been thinking about potentially still expanding your family.
Oh my God, are we going to do this right?
Yeah, we are. Like, this is what we're doing. What are your ages of your kids now?
I have a just turned 6 and a 3-year-old.
Okay. And
so they're pretty close to 2 years apart.
Okay, got it. And now looking forward into the horizon, you have one in school and one kind of on the way. Like, you're kind of close there.
She's in like a part-time daycare that'll roll right into pre-K. So
also super great. So how would you feel about like starting over?
I don't know. Like, is there even a clear answer? I feel like in some moments I'm like, freaking give me another baby. Like, I don't care. I would do anything to just have like another little squish. And I feel like maybe as a third time mom, I'd be more chill about stuff. I don't know. Who knows, right? But I know, right? You're like, yeah, it'd be great. It's great. No, it's great. And even Ethan like loves babies. I don't know. We're in like a fuck around and find out stage right now.
Yeah.
Where we're just like, you know what? Like if it happens, it happens. And if not, I don't think I'll ever feel done. At least with 2, I won't. But we're not like actively trying to have another one, you know?
Yeah. So like he's not coming in you.
Oh, he is. I mean,
it's just such an awkward thing. Like we're not like actively trying. It's like
do you like how my reaction though was like, well, yeah, he is. Just
you're like just not like that certain day.
I mean, unless when he asks for other things.
It's just such a weird, like, yeah, like we're not trying. It's like, okay, so he's not finishing it, you know? Like it's just
Right.
such a funny way to dance around.
Is he ejaculating or no? Ethan's literally on a work call, by the way, like right on the other side of this wall. He's
watching you like
I'm sorry, I hear my wife talking about ejaculating.
My ears are ringing, and I think Annalee is talking shit about me.
Right. No, it's a great ejaculation, babe. No, we just try to be careful. Like I loosely track ovulation, and when it's that time, then he is not. But yeah, I don't even think it's the starting over that scares me as much. Even though like now that I'm out of the postpartum sleep phases, I'm sure diving back in would truly kill me because it's insane how much you forget. Sleep deprivation just like messes with you. Like you forget, you know,
dude. Yeah.
But it's almost like the logistics as they get older that stresses me out more. Like I think with 3, we would be fine. We have me and Ethan and a grandparent, you know, who would like shuffle around. But like when you get to 4 kids, like, are you just saying like little Timmy can't play soccer? You know what I mean? Like, how do you do that? I don't know.
This all the time. Like I really do. Cause I think of children kind of almost being like, this sounds terrible. Okay. I'm going to preface it. No one clip this part because it sounds really fucked up.
Okay, go ahead and put a marker in our producer. Go ahead and put a marker right here.
Just mark this off. I almost think of kids, like young children, I would say under school age, as like puppies. They're really fun and they're really cute and you always want a puppy. And then they become an older dog and like you don't want them anymore, right? So CPS, no, I'm just kidding. So it's not that we don't want our kids, but I'm just saying more so in the stage of like young kids are fun.
Right.
It's still hard, but it's fun. But then you get to the logistics. It's like, okay, so when will I ever see my husband if all 5 of my kids are doing travel sports? And then who am I to not offer them the most opportunity possible for them to be great at whatever their craft is and also have like the funds to be able to allow them to go to the summer camp and do the private lessons or go to the volleyball camp or, you know, whatever it might be. And then at what sacrifice do all of a sudden one of my kids have absolutely no one at their games?
Yeah.
Like, so yes, totally. I hear you with the logistics because it's stressful and it's like sad because I think you just want to like octopus yourself to be everywhere at once and you can be at this age.
Yes.
You could be wherever the fuck you need to be. But like, it's when like fast forward another dogs. 3.
Yeah.
You know, one's in 8 and under soccer, the other one's in 6 and under. So like their game doesn't start till 2, but then there's here and then there's Indiana, but then theirs is in.
No.
It's a lot. And then when do I see my husband? Like as if postpartum isn't hard on a marriage.
Right.
Let's then fast forward where like this is supposed to be fun and I'm not having fun.
Yeah, and you think you're gonna find someone to watch 5 kids so you can go on a date night? Like
literally,
I'm sorry. If you have 5 kids, I have so much respect for you. Like, please do not think that I am by any means trying to talk shit.
Absolutely
I am so impressed. And like, I have friends who have 5 kids and they have to like split them up for date nights, you know, like to eat, which makes sense. I feel like I would like thrive being a mom with like 8 kids. I just would need to be a billionaire, you know?
Absolutely. I would just need to sell my company to Celsius for $1.8 billion, and I will have as many fucking kids as I can.
I talk about it all the time.
Afford the mom makeover.
Literally, yeah. Tack that one on the end
and sew me together.
Back to body being toxic about your body.
I think it does come down also to, of course, finances and like what your role looks like, you know. But like, I think anything over 3 for me would be like an absolute no. And even still, like
Really?
what?
I feel like 3 to 4 wouldn't be a big jump because like you already did 2 to 3, you know?
I agree. Everyone says 3 is the true test. It's like after you have 3, you might as well have 5. But
Right.
again,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But again, we say that now until they all have sports,
Right.
until they all want to do something or they want to. And like, it would honestly hurt me to like tell my kids no because I simply can't get them there or simply can't whatever. And I'm already in a very privileged situation with how hard I've worked, but to be able to work at home and to be able to
Right.
have that ability to set down, my work or be a little bit late to this or that. And
Yeah.
it's not gonna like I'm not gonna get fired, right? It's like who's gonna fire me, bitch? God,
Yeah.
So it to be in a person who's grinding in a very different way in their life, it's like I don't know how you do it, and I don't know how single moms do it, and they're fucking superheroes and people without villages, like the list goes on. Like motherhood is such a unique, relative to each person experience.
Right.
There is no doubt in my mind you cannot look past those grinding as single moms, whether it's by choice, by chance, by widow, by whatever the hell that looks like for your journey. Like that is like they all deserve Purple Hearts.
No, literally, Ethan and I talk about it all the time. Like, we have a great relationship, and we've gone through like the newborn, toddler, and like still managed to come back to each other and really love and respect each other. We both have jobs. We both work from home. We have grandparents who live within 2 hours, and it's still so fucking hard. and we have all those things. Like we're privileged enough to like each other, and it's we still fight all the time. You know what I mean? Like, so I just can't fathom. And it feels so like, I'm gonna say unsexy, but that's not the right word. Like talk about CPS calling us. Like what's another word? Like not magical. When you talk about having more kids, like. Because I want to say like, oh, I want all the babies. But then I'm like, but what's my budget going to look like? You know, like to think about it from a money standpoint is so like not picturing your eyes and envisioning your Thanksgiving table 20 years from now kind of vibe.
I'm not going to be able to afford a table.
Who's going to buy that turkey, bitch? Like
who's buying the table with the leaf in it? Like that is an 8-person table. That's a fucking big ass table.
Right. Have you ever tried to get enough drinks for 8 people?
Yeah,
huh?
Like no, the amount of milk you have to provide and like the amount of food you have to get. Yeah, like it just
I'll be breastfeeding till they're 30 at that point. You know,
right? Well, like what happens when your kids want to live with you the rest of their life? Like, hopefully not. But like, what if something happens and like they have to or whatever? You take them in. It's like you're always their parent, and it doesn't matter whether you're. What if they get divorced? In the future, right? Your kid comes to you, Mom, I'm getting divorced and they're 30 and they need to live with you. It's like, I don't know. Life's a journey. And I feel like I personally don't want to bite off more than I can chew. And if I ever have that yearning of wanting another baby, which I think all naturally we all do. Like it's going to forever be like a mourning period of growing older and simultaneously like growing out of that motherhood stage and whatever that looks like for you. But regardless, like I will foster. I will have an exchange student. I will
get a puppy.
I will get a dog. No, hell no, I will not be getting another dog. Period. But like, I will do something to fill that void before, like, I genuinely had another kid. Like, it even just physically, it sends me off to even thinking about like physically holding another pregnancy. Like, it was that third one.
Yeah.
That third one is different.
I can't even imagine.
I had a year and a half.
That's still not that much time.
It's
though.
not.
I mean, that's pretty quick.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's quick. But like, I felt my best still. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
I was still like, "What's up, bitch?" Like, I feel great. Like, I feel strong. I feel. So like, from a relative standpoint, like I felt recovered in that way.
Right, and then it was like very humbling.
Very like, dude, my body stretched in a way I didn't know. Was it because I had a girl? I don't know. They say that you carry different.
Des needs to sit down a little bit.
Like, they honestly at that point, I almost took it more as like, God knew I couldn't be that hot all the time. And he was like, if you had that much power, like people are going to suffer.
Right.
So he humbled me and he said, hey, sit down, be humble.
Right. For the greater good of humanity at that point.
And I'm listening.
And you took that sacrifice on for all of us, Des. Thank you.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm wearing that badge for each and every person.
We wouldn't be here today if you hadn't gotten pregnant again.
I wouldn't be here today. Like, the Lord knocked me down. And with that being said, I will be returning to church. You know, like
Yeah.
that's all it needed for me.
Yeah,
That's all.
talk
I just
about
needed to get super fat and super round.
yeah. I mean, I know we're joking, but like for real, what a big lesson. It's kind of like, you know what? Actually, hold on. It's actually really beautiful that that gift came from your daughter. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. In a metaphoric way. Absolutely. Like,
Yeah. Like what like you guys did that together, and like maybe that was something that you needed to go through for her to
totally.
grow up, you know, seeing you as a amazing role model.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah. My daughter. That's still crazy. Like,
Again, you're
dude, I
like,
don't know if it's a
bitch.
teeth green thing. I don't know if it's like a I didn't find out till birth type thing where it's still not like registering or
Right.
whatever it is. I'm telling you, it's still not hit me. Like, seriously.
That's so funny.
It's so weird. I don't, and it's not that I feel disconnected from her, right? It's just like to say that she's a daughter. Like, I don't. It is like the
Oh yeah, after 2 boys, I'm sure I'd feel the same way if I had a boy.
yeah.
Did
It's
I
weird.
ever tell you that with my second, I had a wrong gender test?
Okay, who are we suing? Sneak peek?
Yes.
No way. Did Ethan
And then,
tamper with it
and
though?
then what?
Did Ethan tamper with it?
No, okay, so I mean, probably, right? Like that's
Oh,
probably what happened.
sure.
But I did the sneak peek, but I had my girlfriend come over because I was like,
Mhm.
Ethan, you can't do this. Like it has to be one of my girlfriends.
Mhm.
And we like scrubbed our nails, like did all the things, and then she did it. It came back boy, and we were like ecstatic. We didn't do like a gender reveal. It was just us like opening the email
Okay,
together,
thank God you did it. That would be so embarrassing to have
You're like
down.
off the podcast.
Our time.
I'm like, yeah. And then we had an airplane that flew over and dropped plastic. No. So then we were pumped, and then we went into one of like the early ultrasounds, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it does look like a boy." So that's when we were, but I think it was too early, and maybe they were just like telling me what I wanted to hear.
Thank you. You know, sometimes things.
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, it is a boy." So yeah, isn't
And
that
then it
crazy?
was a girl.
And then yeah, well, we found out at my 20-week like
An
test.
anatomy scan. Okay.
Yeah, and then it was like shocking. It's so funny because Ethan was immediately like, "Oh my God, yay, another girl!" Like he was so excited, and I was like, "Wait a minute, like you kind of have to work through some feelings there,
Yeah,
you know?"
totally. I hate it when people are like, "Oh, it doesn't matter." It's like, yeah, it like, but it does.
It does.
It
Yeah.
does, because you've already kind of envisioned what this life would look like with a certain sex, and
Right.
knowing, you know, oh, I get to do baseball tournaments now, or you know what I mean, like whatever that
Yeah.
looks like for you. And that doesn't mean that you're like upset and gonna like hate this child, but to have
Right.
that natural reaction of like, oh, like let down or whatever, like that's okay. Like you can then give me a few minutes, and
Yeah,
then I'm
no,
gonna be
literally.
grateful that I have a healthy baby. Like that's all that matters.
Yeah, I took a week and like processed it. Not even a week, maybe 3 days, and then I was like so beyond ecstatic to have a little girl and to give my other baby like a sister. Like that's truly so beautiful. But like what you said, I was sad that I would never see a mini Ethan. Like that's what I wanted to see. Like the
Yeah.
man that I love, like reincarnated, you know? Like that's what I wanted to watch
Right.
grow up. That doesn't make you a bad mom or, you
No.
know, anything.
What makes you a bad mom is when you call people bad moms because of those emotions.
Right.
So sorry.
So you're the bad mom,
You're
bitch.
you know what? You're the bad mom. You're the bitch mom. Okay.
Right. But then that makes me a bad mom for calling someone else a bad mom. So it's an
We were
endless
all
cycle.
Bad moms. You know what I mean? I
Right,
love it.
right.
Okay, so quick question. We
Yes.
usually do like watches of the week. That's like
Oh.
one segment I always do. I'm like, what are we watching? What's going on? Reviews, anything like that. Have you watched any good TV lately?
Okay, I'm gonna be such a big letdown. I'm so bad at watching TV lately.
That's
I just
fine.
like when the kids go to bed, I just want to crash and read, although I'm being terrible at reading. I am watching White Lotus. Are you watching White Lotus?
I am watching White Lotus. So did you
Okay, do
watch
you want to?
episode 2? Okay.
Yes.
What
I'm
are
all
your
caught
biggest
up.
takeaways of the current cast and what we're seeing?
I mean, obviously everyone is like so slightly insanely skewed. You know what I mean? And like the little I don't know anyone's names too, by the way. So as we talk through it, you
Me
just have to
neither.
bear with me. I am so interested to see what's gonna happen with those siblings, but in a way like a car crash way. Like I don't want to look. Like I was watching them on the TV like with like my butt clenched. Like I don't want to know what happens next. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the incest energy,
Right.
weird.
But like, where's it going? Like, are they gonna hook up? Are they gonna have they hooked up? Like, is that what it is? Are they maybe stepsisters? I don't know, you know?
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic. That family is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate the first like 3 to 4 episodes of White Lotus every season. It's the same thing. They really do a very good job at setting up the storyline.
Yeah, there's no plot the first few episodes.
Slow. Yeah, it's just slow.
Yeah.
They really try to piece out each family and individually understand their personalities and like what's going on in the background. Because again, all these people are on vacation, right? It's supposed to be this place where you like let go and let loose and you're the happiest self. And it's all of these people going to this quote vacation where they're supposed to be relaxing and none of them are.
Right.
Because something bigger is going on. And it's so funny because like as a regular bystander, you would probably think, oh wow, they really have it together.
Right.
So I'll be curious to see where the storyline goes. It seems like at the end of that episode, we did get a little bit of spark. So we're seeing, we had that heist. We had that bank heist where that one security guard was definitely in on it.
Yes.
Because he stopped Bank or whatever his name was that likes Mook. That's the one I want to know.
Yeah.
He stopped him and then, let that car go through. So we do know like a little bit of insider information. There's some shady stuff going on with that one kind of hot wellness director, so to speak.
Yes.
That was one thing we got. The second thing we got was that the dad is
oh my God. The pit that I had watching him, like I told Ethan, I was like, how do you even go to bed knowing that the FBI is coming after you?
I was like, is he gonna kill himself?
That's what I thought too.
Like I really was like, he's just gonna go off himself one night.
Yes.
Still a possibility. I don't think they would do that on a series, but and then we have Belinda, right? Melinda?
Which one is that?
The black masseuse. Is her name?
Oh, yes. I love her. Yeah.
Belinda? I don't remember. Anyways.
I don't know any of their names.
So she's there and her son's there. And then her son I saw in the first clip.
Yes. Yeah. Running away
from
in the first
gunshots and stuff.
And then there's some like crazy sexual tension happening between her and the other masseuse.
Yeah. There's a lot of storylines. That's what I love about the show is it all somehow comes together.
Yes.
And they bump into each other and it's just cool. It's cool. So we're like almost there. I feel like after next week, we'll be able to look back and be like,
no, totally. It's just so interesting how like they're obviously doing it on purpose to make us feel uncomfortable, right? It's like this slow build where you know something's coming. You're anxious waiting for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like the sexual undertones with everyone is so like fascinating to me. Like it's so, I don't know. Even what's the girl, like the young girl who's dating the older guy?
Oh my gosh, with the teeth.
Yeah. And then
I just call her teeth.
They finally fucked at the end. And I was like, oh, maybe they are in love. Like the way.
No, seriously. Their energy is the weirdest too. Cause I'm like, okay, is she a hooker? Like, is she a high-end escort too? Or are they actually dating? Like, it was the same energy. And then, and then they finally like got it on. I'm like, why do you like him? Cause like, he's so mean to you.
Right. But then there were like moments where he was nice. And I'm such a girl in the fact where I'm like, oh my God, wait, he is being nice to her. Like maybe he's just being mean because you knocking stuff over there.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how it shakes out. Again, we're very much at the beginning. White Lotus is a slow burn, always is. But when it starts to ramp up, you're like, the episode ends and you're like, fuck, like I want to keep going. So
I know. Do you have any predictions?
I don't have any. I don't. I like genuinely right now, everything is so spaced out. Like everything feels so individual. I have no idea how they would all come together yet.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Which is good. Like I like when I don't overanalyze a show because I will overanalyze a show and then almost ruin it for myself because I'm like, oh, I already know what's going to happen. Like I just need to let this go and let this flow.
Especially with this kind of show. Let it go and let it flow.
Just let it flow into my brain.
That sounds like it should be another one of our songs.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
That was beautiful.
Flow.
No, are you watching anything else? I don't think I am.
Oh my gosh. Girl, I watch a lot of TV. I'm not going to lie. Like I watch a lot of TV.
I love that for you.
That is when the kids are down, I'm typically like, everything's down. My phone's down, everything. I want to get away. I have my Kindle up with Evie. So like when she wakes up in the night, that's what I'm reading. So I'm reading Hemlock right now. Highly recommend.
Should I read it?
It's fun.
Okay.
You would like it. I'm almost at the twist. Kristen Magdalene, I think is how you say her name. She always has her really good twist at the end. Very much like a Frida McFadden.
Okay, fun.
So almost done with that. We'll recommend after, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna watch, and then I'm gonna read The Crash. But I'm only reading during bedtime and nap time. So I try to stay off my phone during those times. So whenever I'm not, I'm watching TV. So I'm watching like Severance, I'm watching Paradise, I'm watching White Lotus, I'm watching Love Is Blind. Just
I need
finished
to
up.
watch Love Is Blind.
Have you watched it?
Not this season, no.
Okay.
Okay, here's the thing, Des. Do you know, this is what you know what I'm watching? Gossip Girl. That's what's taking up my time. Okay. And I understand.
I'm okay
I
with
need
that.
to be more.
I'm okay with that. I've been
forgot.
really wanting to rewatch Glee. Like,
Oh,
I want to rewatch it so bad, especially through the lens of like me now. I want to look and like actually see some of like the jokes and the undertones even more, and like the dynamics of characters that at the time I wouldn't have like picked up on. So that's my next. But I'm watching so much TV. And if there is one thing I could tell you to watch, there's two shows, I would high rank Severance as number 1 on Apple TV. Like we have 4 episodes left of season 2. So you are so close to being able to just binge 2 fucking seasons, which is almost, I would be jealous of.
We're 3 episodes into season 1. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So we
started.
just started.
Good.
because of all the hype with season 2.
Good.
I was like, okay, well.
So
and I
exciting
fucking love Adam Scott so much.
You get to streamline through almost 2 seasons. So that's awesome for you. So Severance is number 1. Number 2 is Paradise. Have you seen hype on this yet?
No.
Okay, so it was all over my TikTok. It was like, oh my God, if there's one show you got to watch right now, it's Paradise on Hulu. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. People always say like, go on, and then it goes viral and they get a ton of fucking saves. And then you end up never actually watching it.
Totally.
Like, I'll bite. I had a full day off, like off the phone, like everything. I was just like, I'm offline today. I'm off grid.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was like still on TikTok finding out what to watch. So don't judge me. But I opened up Paradise. It's on Hulu. And it is a really fascinating show. I'm not ruining anything by telling you like the overarching principle of it. They ended up living in a world that blew up, like our world, right? Blew up. They now live in an underground bunker where they reinvented.
This is my shit. This is my kind of stuff.
They reinvented a whole town. And
I love anything apocalyptic. Okay.
So and I'll leave you with that. That is the premise and the undertone. And this guy is the Secret Service agent security for the president.
Oh.
And that's it. Again, I'm not giving away anything. It opens up with that. So it's a really cool show. I didn't think I'd like it. There's only season 1 right now. There's only 2 more episodes left to season 1. They come out on Tuesdays. Okay. And which also, fuck yeah, it's Tuesday, by the way. Yeah. So like, let's go. But after season 1, like it's 100% going into another season, which is an exciting thing. We saw a huge lag in time between Severance 1 and 2 by like literally like 3 years because of the SAG strike.
Oh, totally.
So I'm hoping that since no one's on strike right now, we're going to start seeing these shows kind of pop back out pretty fast. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to have to wait 3 years for
I miss like just having good shows that you're so excited for all the time,
Damn, dude.
Okay, amazing.
Severance, so.
Okay, I'm going to go. I think we'll watch it tonight. It's just hard. My kids go to bed so late now that they're getting older.
Yeah.
Like they used to go to bed at 6:30 and we'd have like 3 hours together. Now they're going to bed at like 8:30, 9. And I'm like,
yeah, no, trust me. I get it. That'd be my watches of the week for you.
Okay.
So
amazing.
With that being said, I don't want to keep you too long because we got so much stuff to do and live and grind and asses to wipe or
all
mommy come wipe my butts. Like, I'm so tired of the era that we're in. But tell me one thing that you're looking forward to in the month of March.
My birthday, bitch.
Wait, are you an Aries?
Pisces.
Oh, so you're right before.
Can you not tell by how much I cry?
I would have maybe Cancer. Close second would be emotional Cancer.
Right.
But oh my gosh, no, it's funny. I'll have to like look up not me like looking up your star chart.
No, let me know what you find out because I don't know much. I have my birthday, which I'm excited for because Ethan's going to take the day off. So we're going to like do something fun because last year I sat at home alone on my birthday and it was like really depressing.
You need to go. And I know you have this in Denver. This is why I'm telling you because this would be my dream. I've literally talked about it the past 4 episodes. You need to find a spa that you can walk into and you need to go for like 12 hours.
Oh my God.
Maybe not 12, but you know what I mean? Like, I want you to like go to somewhere where
Yes.
you can
Where
just
it's an
like live in that
experience.
place. Just
Yes.
sit in a hot spa, get a massage,
Right.
do a foot massage treatment,
Like
like
do a little
whatever.
lunch and then go get a facial. And
Correct.
then,
Like you're
yes.
wearing a robe all day. That's where you
Oh,
need to go. That's where you
okay.
need to
Well, you
be.
know what, Des? Just for you, I will find a way to do
On
that.
your birthday, do this for me.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll tell Ethan, I have to go spend $1,000 at the spa.
Let's make a
No.
TikTok about it. Right
Yeah,
off.
I
No,
will.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. It's so funny how everyone thinks that's how it works. Like, just make a
Right.
video then.
Just
Like,
it's work.
that's
Yeah, just
not how
expense
it works,
that.
but like, sure. That's fine.
Yeah, no, my birthday, and then we have matching sweat sets coming for Along the Waves in a few weeks too,
Oh my
which I'm
God,
really
fun.
excited about. I'll send you a picture after this.
Sweatpants set or sweat short?
Sweatpants.
Okay, fun. Ooh.
Yeah, I know we're kind of like teetering up on warm season, but we switched warehouses and we're just like a little behind. So everyone just like roll with me on this one. Okay.
Who gives a fuck? I will wear sweats all fucking year. Like if my house is as cold as I want it to be in the summer, I'm wearing sweats inside. Like that's my
Yes.
goal. I want to be
That is the ideal temperature. Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. You get it. Okay.
The girls that get it. And the girls that don't
Right.
are
Are
probably
hot.
bad
They-
moms.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself. You know what I
Are
mean?
probably bad moms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all right. We'll both live.
That's right.
Oh my
That's right.
gosh.
That's right.
Well, I love this episode of just randomness. You know, sometimes you have to have those where it is through conversation and there is no pathway because the pathway led us exactly here. And
The journey, it's not about the destination, Des. It's about
it's about the pathway to get there, to wherever that is.
Yeah. And if you ever need more randomness, you know where to find me. There's nothing that brings me more joy than just like girly chatting about random things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And then you like look back, you're like, how did we get to talking about this? And you try to backtrack and you're like, oh, that's
Right.
where that took a turn. That's
Right.
fine.
My favorite is going from like having babies to like really bad disordered thinking to like back to why I love my husband and then like, oh, what products are you coming out with next? Just
That
riding
really
the
is
waves, you
life
know?
cycle that we just went through. That's good. People need to hear that. People need to hear
That's
what's
right.
going on in our minds. So,
Do
anyway,
they? Do they?
no, probably not.
Right.
At some point, absolutely not. You know, like there's for sure a boundary where I want you guys in my brain. You know, like
Right.
we're all human. Okay, you don't need to hear and see everything, but you can be a part of a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Like whether or not someone is ejaculating in someone else, you're welcome here. On that note,
that was teetering. But like we're all thinking it when we say that, so like that wasn't too far off. Okay.
right. I agree.
Yeah. Well, Annalee, tell everyone where they can find you in the meantime.
Yes, Instagram at Annalee15. I think it's the same on TikTok, Annalee Grace 15. And then please follow Along the Waves Co. I think it is. I had to add the co on there to get the handle. But just look up Along the Waves because we have a lot of really, really exciting things planned for this year, and I'm pumped.
I'm fucking pumped too. I'm riding that wave, bitch. I'm riding it all the way down the coast.
That's
and
right.
I'm just riding.
Surfing USA, baby.
Period. Point blank. Well, thank you for coming on, Annalee. Can't wait to see you again. 100%. And see where this wave takes us. I'll see you on the shore.
Yeah, totally. I'll see you. I'll see you on those surfboards. That's
Sheet set up, baby.
okay. Thanks, Des. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Bye.